Yes, people, welcome. This is going to be an epic one, I reckon. I'm not really premeditated, but let's get into it, mate. This is how to pierce the veil on magic mushrooms. If you want to do that, I'll tell you how right now. So I'm on Instagram Live. What are we saying? Welcome to how to pierce the veil on magic mushrooms tutorial. Jason Williams has joined. And maybe other people. Anyway, let's just get straight into it. I'm not going to waste your time and your attention span. God, my hair is quite man. Right. So, this is how to fucking literally overload the simulation with psychedelics. So, there's many methods here. How do you pierce the veil? So, I recommend, when people ask me, sometimes, people ask me, a lot on the street, especially when they're young, people who know me, they're like, oh, what do you think of mushrooms like? And I'm like, just do research, man. Don't just ask me, bro. Go online, for fuck's sake, first of all. I would recommend to an extent listening to some of Terence McKenna. He talks about the heroic dose. However, be very careful about that. Because, to be honest, there's a very important distinction between if you're going to take them laying down in the dark inside a house, in contrast to if you are going to take them, on a hike through a fucking forest. It's very different. Obviously. Or if you're meditating in a forest or something. Eyes open, eyes closed. Is it day? Is it night? Are there people around? What is the set and setting? I don't want to bore you. But this is an important distinction because the breath is very intertwined. So, psychedelics, what are psychedelics? Let's say magic mushrooms. I'm talking mainly psilocybin magic mushrooms. That is my forte, I guess you would say. I've had a long break from them now. I'm not saying this dog, bro. Right, I'm not saying... Shit, bro, there's one here as well. And there's a fucking silver one up there. I'm wasting your time. I told you, I promised you I wasn't going to waste your time. Sorry, bro. Let's get to it. I don't even remember what the fuck I was saying. Sorry, man, this dog. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting this dog to be looking so crazy right now. Alright, sorry. Let's get straight back on track. Right, so they're very... Yeah, I'm talking magic mushrooms, yeah. And what they do, basically, you take these mushrooms that you can find out and about in nature. Just literally, in England, they grow loads at a certain point in the year. So they are about, they're just a mushroom that grows about. You take them, you can't actually, physically kill yourself with an overdose. Even though you kind of can, but you can't. You might die psychologically, but you can't die. Yo, man. Living purely. What a legend. I don't expect no one to stay if you don't want to, obviously. I'm talking about how to pierce the veil on shrooms. How would you actually overload the Simulatrix? Let's talk about that. Let me hurry up. So, right. Yeah, so you take the fucking mushroom and if you scan the brain, it seems to interconnect the, neurology. Look at this dog, bro. Jesus Christ. Right, and basically, even Terence McKenna says this. He says if you take enough, it, physically overroads, your sensory perception. Because it goes to the brain. And obviously the whole world is rendered, through your brain. Even a scientific paradigm would tell you that. So if you're fucking with your neurology, what is the limit of fucking with your actual experience of life? if your experience of life is kind of rendered through the fucking like neural gateway. So if you like take drugs, then what can you, obviously, how far out can you go? And Terence McKenna talks about, sorry if I can actually stay on fucking topic, is how if you take enough, it like literally like, I don't know if I already said it, but yeah, it's like, and you can feel it. It's like there's literally a breakthrough. You can do it on shrooms. It's like if you take about like above 5 grams, 5 dried grams of, I would do Liberty Cap. You can probably do it at about 3-5. It depends who you are. Depends on your body mass. But yeah, it's like you just get so loaded on the psychedelic that you literally just fucking blow the fuck up. And there are different ways that you can basically encourage it to blow the fuck up. And that is what I'm referring to as how to pierce the veil. Quick time. What are some of the ways you can encourage it to blow the fuck up? Right. Do not eat before taking the dose. For at least probably about 4 hours. Have a good clean diet in general and be healthier. When it comes to actually encouraging the breakthrough right there and then, the main key would be breathwork. Most likely sitting up breathwork. I find that doing breathwork sat up is more potent than laying down, and I believe I've heard Shayna say the same, who features with traumatic, etc. Well, go on, love from the universe. We're out here, and we're talking about how to pierce the veil on psychedelics. So, what do you reckon, love from the universe? How do you blow up everything on psychedelics? What is the method? Because alcohol, you drink a lot of alcohol, that seems to go in the opposite direction, I think. Psychedelics are a sensory enhancer, but I think alcohol to an extent is like a depressor, but I'm not really educated on alcohol. I don't drink it, so maybe I can't have the authority to speak on it like that, but I've heard things like that. It's like alcohol is a depressant. I quit alcohol because my liver almost failed. Lol, drinking days are over. Forever. I hope they are. I hope you're alright, to be fair. I heard some mad shit from you on your story, which I probably should have popped up to you more, to be honest. I shouldn't underestimate the power of doing that. But I don't know, man, because you're always posting mad stuff, to be honest. I'm glad to hear that you've quit. But you see, alcohol, you can't pierce the veil on alcohol, can you? If you take like 5 grams of shrooms, tell me what happens. Do you pierce the veil or what happens? But yeah, well done for quitting. I'm glad to hear that you've quit, because it's probably not the dog's bollocks. This dog is so distracting. But yeah, if you basically, sometimes, Terence McKenna speaks about as well, so another tool to pierce the veil would be to have a joint. So sometimes, basically what I mean to pierce the veil is, sometimes if you take a dose, for example, if you don't take enough, you can feel like the shrooms coming on, but it's like, Terence speaks of it as like you're grazing like the belly of the beast, so to speak, where it's like, it's not quite there, but you can feel it, but it ain't a breakthrough. So what can you do if you feel like maybe you didn't have enough, and you take it, and it's like the anticipation, and it's like, because sometimes, I'm telling you, especially if you've eaten beforehand, because digesting the shrooms will take longer if you already have more stuff to digest, basically. And you'll be more lethargic if you have more food in you. It's just intuitively, if you like take psychedelics in the midst of a fast, you're going to feel that more potently, don't you think? You dissolve into everything on mushrooms. That's true. It could be quite heavy, I think. Without resistance. I seen my body dissolve into space piece by piece. Though that trip I prepared no food really for a day and was 100 grams fresh shrooms. Damn. 100 grams fresh. What's that, dried? So if you take shrooms, for example, sometimes I'll take I've only got 2 grams left. I'll take it. For me, I tend to be quite potent with shrooms. 2 grams would do it for me these days, most likely, but back in the day I used to be paranoid it wouldn't be enough, and I used to go as far out as possible, and to be honest, I don't think it's exactly productive to do that to that extent, because I went too far out. I was a proper heavy psychonaut, I still would be, but I ain't really got the peace for that. And it's good to have a break, to be fair. But, yeah. I mean, they definitely, heal my fucking brain. So does weed, to an extent. Anyway. My brain really likes substances. It, grows when I take, healthy substances. And, nootropics. I like to do that. I don't know. My brain is kind of, where most of my fucking it feels like when I was doing loads of shrooms, it feels like all of my most of my identity would be in my brain. It's that's where all the power is. It feels like, 'cause I didn't really go to the gym much and that. It's my brain is feels crazy, because if you take a lot of shrooms all the time, that will happen. Psychedelics make your brain just feel fucking mad. Shrooms are awesome, love them. Yeah, it's good to see you, man. It's we're talking about how to pierce the veil on shrooms. What do you reckon? So yeah, pro tip everyone, quick time, let me drop it on here quick. Because we got 3 people in here, that's a lot of viewers. Right, so basically, if you feel like the shrooms are not quite breaking through, maybe you didn't have a very big dose, but you were hoping that it'd be a breakthrough anyway. In order to break through, there's 2 keys. Breathwork, aka the Wim Hof method, and cannabis, marijuana. Next up is the fucking ice bath or the cold shower. These 3 tools, if you feel like the psychedelic is not quite gonna pierce the veil and you're like, oh man, I thought this was gonna be a fucking aliens in hyperspace. If you had been sat around for long, keep in mind if you've eaten, then it might take longer for the dose to kick in. But if you are literally bro, this is so peak. I've been sat here in silent darkness, waiting for this thing to kick the fuck in. Waiting for the fucking hyperspace alien machine elves. But instead, man's just sat here in this boring room right now, and it's just grazing the tummy of the beast, and it's damn. If you do it if you hyperventilate loads while smoking cannabis, and then you blast yourself with really, really cold water, you will just literally shock your whole thing, and it will probably kick the shrooms up a ting, and you'll probably transcend, especially with the breathwork, because you can get loaded off of breathwork alone. You don't even need the psychedelic. So if you have psychedelics in your system and you can feel them, but it just hasn't kicked off, like a breakthrough. If you do hyperventilation on the shrooms, I would say while sat up, be careful about the ice therapy and the ventilation and the weed and the shroom, the whole thing. Just caution, bruv. That's not on me, man. Highest I've gone is around 7.5 grams. And it was crazy. Haha, life is cool. Great advice. Thank you, bro. Let's read this. Smoking holy herb feels like brain reactivation and karma cleanse after quitting and detoxing from alcohol. I love the holy herb, bro. It seems to heal my brain quite a lot. It's a very cushiony drug, I find weed to be, if you want to call it a drug. I'm not really a fan of such label. It's a medicine, it's a plant. It depends what it is. Depends how you use it, depends who you are, but for me, it feels very cushiony. Helps with sleep, helps with brain relaxation. It like gives you like the relaxation you would get from a meditation almost, but just it's great. It's weird how cushiony it is, I find. It literally makes the world and my sense perception much softer. Makes my attitude and much softer, makes me much more relaxed, makes me less on edge. Who knows? I feel like she cares for me in a teacher. She cares for me, a teacher. If I'm doing bad things to myself, she will give me paranoia about it. Yeah. That's it. It depends how you perceive. For me, a lot of these plants, I trust what they give me. Yeah, if weed makes me scat out, then that's something I'm actually getting in touch with. Like, with neurotransmitters in a way. With psychedelics as well. Like, it's, and, you know. It depends. Because I was just doing a video about a destructive side to magic mushrooms. And, fat nose. Sorry, I'm just zoning out. I was here. I was trying to remember what the fuck I was going to say. I hate it when I do this. It's not good. Weed does this to me as well, I think. Sometimes I just do it anyway when I'm on live. I just can't help it. They could definitely give you trauma, but I've grown so much from them. It's so worth it. Yeah, it depends. They can definitely give you trauma. Yeah. So much to learn. I agree. Yeah, I mean, I know what I was going to say is, I've said before to, say, Quintessence, my friend, that because I know somebody who, they did ayahuasca, and then they cried, and then they, went home early, and we were kind of taking a piss out of him a bit, like, it's probably not right to, but I was just saying, look, I've never done it, so I can't say. And look, I don't blame him, because fucking hell. Yeah, I don't, you know what I mean? I've had terrible trips that made me more than cry. I've had trips that made me want to kill myself, and I'm like tossing and turning, like fuck. Horrendous ego death shit. So yeah, fucking hell, who knows what he saw, you know what I mean? I was kind of joking, but what I said to Quintessence is, anything that the plant shows me, I'm gonna be here for. Yes, Michael. It seemed like I was always open to, say, when Love from the Universe says about weed showing him aspects of himself. If I'm doing bad things to myself, she will give me paranoia about it, he said. And, yeah. And I find that you can listen to psychedelics in that way for some reason, as they can give you insights about your own behavior. 100%. I know shrooms always do that. introspection about things that are happening in your life, because when you're like in the midst of surviving like fuck, you don't really have time to think about all this deep shit that's going on in the background. You haven't actually processed it. Like, I think when I, like, for example, like when I found out that my mate had like killed himself, I was at work, and I'm not even like bringing it up to be like I had to process it or anything, I guess. Like, I just mean like, it's just like I'm at work. I'm not going to really process it at work through a text message. It depends. But like, yeah, you need space. That's what I mean. And like, Babylon keeps you so fucking busy that you can never, like, psychedelics, I find, shrooms, they actually slow you down and get you in touch. Like Love from the Universe said a second ago, you dissolve into the universe on mushrooms. And I find that you get in touch with a meditative stillness on shrooms that is very insightful. And it can be tough to get in touch with such a meditative stillness in the midst of the busyness of Babylon. And I wonder if it's a spiritual warfare thing where they do it like that on purpose, where they like hijack your fucking frequency, hijack your vibration, and keep you on edge, so that you're not really in touch with your spirituality, because shrooms really slow you down and they get you in touch with the universe. But yeah, I find that just when you're busy, like I said about my mate who took his life, it's like you're literally not in a space in a way to process stuff. Like, most people don't meditate at all. They just distract themselves all the time. Anyway, sorry, I'm going off. But yeah, I mean, I told you how to pierce the veil anyway. Do grounding, get sunlight, eat organic fruit and fast on shit like that. Lion's mane mushrooms, synergize that. Do a shit ton of research, look into Terence McKenna on psychedelics, Alan Watts on psychedelics, The Matrix Unveiled School of Mysticism on psychedelics, Actualized.org, Leo Gura on psychedelics, fucking Joe Rogan, fuck it, on psychedelics, myself, OXSN, on psychedelics, Spectrum, SPXTRM, on psychedelics, Mr. Traumatic on psychedelics, Illuminati Congo on psychedelics, not really Payday Monsanto. He talks about weed though. He does. He says astral travel. He does talk about ayahuasca, but just vaguely in some silly lyrics, I think, unless I don't understand what the fuck he's on about, which often I don't. All my friends in my area are plants, are trees, no people. Do you have many friends in your area? Not really, no. Over here, not really. It depends what you define as a friend. Depends how tight the threshold is. Or lack thereof. You know. That's good luck, ain't it? Yeah, mate. Check out the Conscious Rapper community. And yeah, I might go now. But yeah, pierce the veil on psychedelics. There's a lot more that you can do that I haven't gone into. There's so much more. Do breathwork. Think of the coolest tune that you could put on and just lay there in the dark and listen to it. Turn off the EMF frequencies so you're not getting zapped. Watch out for the fucking endocrine disruptor fucking hell realm. Stop drinking tap water. Don't be retarded. You know, psychedelics don't work on stupid people, Terence says. Breathwork plus herbs. Yeah, facts. I don't know what you mean by herbs exactly, but like... yeah, I guess so. Soma. But yeah, I mean, do like the green teas as well, to be fair. Get on the lion's mane and the chaga and the reishi and the fucking bentonite clay and the fucking batana oil and the fucking... I'm just listing shit. I don't even have all this myself. What else we got? I don't even know. The wormwood, the sauerkraut, the fucking distilled water, the fucking electric organic fruit, you know. Stop eating Mackies. Get a filter on the shower. Get more sunlight. Exercise. Don't be a fucking loser. Like fuck. Don't run from yourself because psychedelics won't let you do that. So life won't let you do that either. So just like, you know. But look, it's not your fault. You're traumatized, right? Jacob changed after he was injected with many antipsychotics. I think they destroyed the brain a bit. What's up with it? Is that recently, sorry? Did they destroy his brain recently, do you think? A bit. His brain was already pretty mad, to be honest. I don't know if he wasn't really the most coherent. That's such a... oh, I not watched that for so long. This is some funny content, man. Please help us. I am a woman from Gaza. I have a family. My house was bombed. I live on the roof without a tent. My mother and father are elderly. I'm sorry, I'm literally got no dollar right now. I'm sorry, bro. I should help instead of being such a selfish loser. And there better be some kind of fucking... there better be some kind of fucking god, bruv. You know what I mean? There's gotta be something. There better be. There better be a fuck. This realm better not be a cruel joke, bruv. We all gotta help anyway. To change the world, we gotta change ourselves. So we can do it. People are brainwashed into war because of duality. I guess so. I don't really know what you mean by that, to be honest. Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Yeah. Because we're all one, I guess. Like, if we was aware of, like, solipsism Like, I don't rate quirks because I think they're archons, but they have a video called The Egg, which is like a solipsism. I'm not really going to go into it, but, you know, the self, you will incarnate behind every pair of eyes type philosophy. But yeah, you know, there has to be some kind of justice. I don't really get, like, surely, like, I just, like, if there's, like, there has to be a point to this. Because I can help somebody, but if the realm is just fundamentally rigged, then, like, what the fuck? But, like, that's a belief. But I just, like, I really, like, because religion speaks on, and like, Christianity type stuff, Jesus and repentance, they speak on that, like, if only you were to get in alignment, you would be saved. That better be fucking true, because it should be true. When they say no sleep for the wicked, well, there better be sleep for the not wicked, for fuck's sake. Because when there's sleep for the not wicked, that is when the creator is taking the piss. And he needs to stand the fuck down. That's when it's the demiurge. That's when you have to draw the line and say, hey, I don't know, man. Maybe you signed up for this in a higher realm. Maybe you chose to incarnate. Anyway, so what we got to do is realise that there's bare opportunities everywhere, and I got to stop fucking around. I got to make loads of group chats, and we all got to organise, and we got to figure out how to make mad moves like Mr. Beast and things like that. Talk is cheap though, but that's like, it's just about momentum. It's the new Earth. We got to get like scale. New Earth Actualization. That's an Instagram account I got. Follow that at new.earth.actualization. There we go. I just don't get how we're even here in the first place. But maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe, you know, people help the people regardless. Please help me, brother. I would love to help you, to be fair. I literally don't even have the physical means to help you right now. She wants money, probably. I think she said that. I just, like, it's like artificial scarcity. When I look at, like, I was looking at some of these slums yesterday. There's just no need for it. And that is, if anything, that's one of my main messages. And like, what do we define as awakening? Many things, to be fair. There's metaphysical, like, God realization, which is one thing. But there's also, like, awakening, where you realize that poverty is manufactured. It's not necessary at all. We're living very silly way. I feel like it's so evident. It's like, how the fuck? See a video the other day that's just talking about we live on a planet of water and we still have people who can't even have access to clean water. Even it's a struggle even over here, for fuck's sake. The tap water is fucked. To an extent, it's not really a struggle like that. I can't, you know what I mean? I gotta be grateful. I don't mean it like that. But what I mean is, I just don't get why, like, and this is a big awakening, sticking point, like, linchpin hinge, so to speak, is why the fuck don't we just have more, like, abundant gardens? And I don't give a fuck what anyone's opposition is. I really don't. Like, the war and the greed and the extraction and the separation, that's what's causing all of this debris looking shit. But we could literally grow, like, endless much more, like, prosperous fruit and, like, permaculture and eco villages, like Elias Clay. Look at her, she's so cool. She done a feature with Payday Monsanto in one tune. She's doing gardens for the youth and for the children. But poverty can make someone be grateful, while richness can make a man posh. Yeah, that's true. It really depends on your lens, isn't it? Because, like, what if the universe is like a solipsistic cocoon for the evolution of the soul? Like, literally like a caterpillar, cocoon, butterfly transformation. As above, so below type fucking blueprint. You know? But yeah, just check out my Instagram account, New Earth Actualization, and I got loads of memes, little pictures on there. But yeah, for real, I don't care. I don't know, I swear, like, I mean, I don't care what anyone has to say about the, I mean, actions speak louder than words, and lead by example, and talk is cheap, kind of. So I will lead by example. Watch. But yeah, it's quite evident to me, like, the amount of money we put into, like, spaceships and shit. I'm really about this eco-village sophionic intelligence of Gaia, fucking. That's it, like, I don't know if I worship. I come off of worshipping God, so to speak, for a while. But I'm much more, like, feel in alignment, if you want to say worship, with nature. Like, in terms of the green prosperity of life. I really like that kind of archetype as the North Star of the Most High, instead of some demiurgic, tyrannical, holographic prison. Alright, I'm probably gonna go. I'm gonna go, man. Thanks for watching, people. I really appreciate your interactions today. Legendary. Where would I be without you guys? Thank you for helping me co-create today. That's love from the universe, Joe Gamer for life, and Esri. I don't know how to say your name, bro. ESRA 8079 from Gaza. Goodbye. Say goodbye to Lunar. There you have it, mate. And there is the cognito hazard symbol. Everything's in the mind. Contemplate that statement in the mind with thoughts. Goodbye. #OXSN. See ya.